This is Sheldon. We're going to show you the 2 ways that we use to wash and groom him. Also in this video, we will highlight some of the do's and don'ts of dog ownership. I'm Simiu.
And I'm Jerry. Welcome back to our YouTube channel.
So the first step when you want to wash him, we normally wet his coat with water and then we now apply the dog shampoo. So the video basically is going to be self-explanatory, but we'll of course be highlighting as we go on.
Yeah.
So let us start with the do's about owning a dog.
So the first thing I think that is important, you should keep your dog under effective control.
Under effective control, this means like when you're going to the mall, when you're walking your dog, if your dog is aggressive, make sure your dog is always leashed up. Effective control allows you to always have control over your dog, because we know this is an animal.
Yeah.
It can see other animals like a dog, like a rabbit, and it can get out of its comfort zone to maybe chase the rabbit or something.
Yeah, like Sheldon likes chasing chicken.
Other dogs and chicken.
Yeah.
So the first point is do keep your dog under effective control. So the second one is do make sure your dog has a dog certificate with annual vaccine stamps.
Yeah.
So the dog certificate also helps you in case there's an incident, your dog has bitten another dog, or your dog has fought with, has probably bitten another child. So this helps to prove that your dog has been well vaccinated. And the annual vaccines are actually important, not just for you as a person. It's also important for the dog, like the parvovirus vaccine.
Yeah.
Because dogs do get that and they die.
Yeah, I also think it is important because you are able to keep the record of the vaccines that you need to have.
Yeah, that is true. So after washing him, as you've seen, we normally dry him first before we go to the next step. So the third point about the do's is do repetitions of instructions that you have trained, or you keep retraining your dog. This is important because now it will help them not to forget how to be taking instructions from you.
Yeah. For instance, when we give him food, he has to wait for the instruction to eat, the same as sit or wait and so forth. So the next do is do clean up after your dog. And as you can see, the deodorant that we use is the doggy deodorant. This makes him smell fresh and nice. Going back to our do's, when you're walking your dog and it has to go to the bathroom, for example, number 2, you cannot just leave it there. You have to clean up. Right, guys, as you can see, I have to blow dry, and he loves this part.
Yeah, he does. He really can't wait for that. And he's scared of the vacuum cleaner. But he loves being blow dried and he loves being massaged with a massager.
Yeah.
Anyway, to another do exercise your dog regularly. This will help the dog to not have too much energy in the house.
Yeah.
It sleeps better. And of course, exercising is good, even for us, not just the pet. And it also helps you bond with your pet.
Yeah.
And another one is do keep your dog fed and groomed and healthy. Keeping your dog fed is make sure he eats every day. Like for Sheldon, he has 1 meal a day.
Yeah.
But it is sufficient for him.
Actually, we found out that dogs do not have to eat 3 meals like humans do. And they already know how to, I don't know, is it time when he can eat? He just have different shifts on when he can eat. As you can see, guys, we am asking him to wait so that he can have his treat.
That is actually an actual piece of meat. We normally give him some wheat flakes, but today we just decided, because you're doing the video, we'd show you how he has to wait on you to be told.
All right, the next do, guys, is do be nice to your dog every time he comes to you. Even if he's just coming back from an unexpected romp around the neighborhood.
This means that when the dog comes to you and he's happy, he wants to play, you don't have to keep shushing or pushing him away every time. So another do is do get into the habit of giving a command only once. If your dog doesn't respond to that command that you have taught her, reinforce the command. As you can see on the screen, before we go ahead, here our baby was about 7-8 months old, and they really used to play with the dog. So that is actually one reason why we really love him to be clean.
Yeah.
So after cleaning him, of course, we now have to groom him, brush off his fur, especially his tail and his neck. He has very thick fur.
Yeah.
And if you don't brush it off, it normally forms like a lock.
Yeah.
So I was saying, do get into the habit of giving a command once. Like when you're trying to tell your dog sit, you don't keep repeating sit, sit, sit. In the dog's brain, it will mean for me to sit, you have to say sit, 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 sit.
Yeah.
Not just one sit. So when you're teaching him, just show him when I say sit once, this is how you sit. We'll actually do a video on how we trained our dog.
Yeah. Right here, as you can see, we are back at my mom's house and he's playing with my brother's pet.
This is Maya.
Yeah.
They actually have babies together.
Yeah, they do. So guys, on the next do is do use your dog's name to get her attention or his attention, and then tell her or him what you want to do. All right. That's a self-explanatory. The next do is...
Actually, before you go there, this is at home. When he's playing, we normally have to now wash him because he's now interacting with other dogs before we come back to our place.
Yeah.
As you can see, I was trying to pull him. He doesn't like being pulled to come and wash. So actually, our second method of bathing the dog is to just dip him. This also helps kill any other bug. We're actually trying to drown the bugs that are normally there.
Yeah. Okay, going back to the do's, guys. Do use a normal tone of voice when you give a command. Your dog's hearing is quite acute. So you don't have to shout to your dog, guys.
It's just like speaking to a human.
Yeah.
If you speak nicely, I will also respond nicely. Do be consistent in your actions and expectations. That's another do. Actions and expectations. If I'm trying to tell the dog not to go on the bed, I'll tell him tomorrow, I'll tell him the other day. If I do tell him for about a week or two, now this sticks to his brain.
Yeah.
My master says, do not go to the bedroom or do not go wherever I have told him not to go. Okay.
All right. You have the next do is, guys, do keep your dog mentally stimulated by training him. You have already explained that.
Yeah.
The next do understand that your dog is a social animal. Train him so he can be a part of the family.
Yeah, because this dog actually, I think to some point he believes he is your child. So it is important to also show him that he's part of the family. So do socialize your dog with people and other dogs. Like Sheldon loves dogs and he also loves
Cats.
cats.
Okay, do become your dog's teacher. I think this is part of the training that we are telling you guys. You have to be the one who's teaching him now and then so that he can understand and get better each and every time.
So do make learning fun for your dog. Consistently reward him with praise to the correct behaviors. Like if he does what you want him to do, we normally tell him good boy. Actually, when you say good boy, he just starts wagging his tail. He knows I've done something good.
Yeah.
So this is also important.
You do keep trying and your dog will reward you by getting the message.
Yeah, like him, he understands when you say wait, he understands when you say sit. And it actually also makes you happy.
Yeah.
The one thing that we failed in trying is roll over.
Yeah. Okay, do get outside help when you get stuck.
Yeah, this is a journey. If there's something you want to do and you cannot be able to accomplish, it is important to ask people who've been through this before. So right now, this is also back at home. It's the same method as you've seen before, but when he's out playing and he's interacting with other dogs or cats, we normally like to sort of dip him in the bath water. Asking for help is very, very important and critical. Like for our case, we normally go to Dante. He is the one who helped us adapt Sheldon. I've actually done a story about him. If you haven't seen the video, click in the pop-up banner above or check the link in the description. He is the one who is responsible for all the vaccines that we normally give Sheldon, or in case you're having any other problem. So it is important for you to also have someone who has experience in this, who has done this before.
And lastly, to become your dog's teacher. Now let's get into don'ts.
First, don't take your dog to places where they're explicitly bad. This could be areas where people don't like dogs, or people are afraid of dogs, or people are allergic to dogs. If you're told do not bring dogs, don't force it. Number 2, don't do anything to your dog. Don't do anything your dog perceives as unpleasant when she comes or he comes to you. Like Sheldon doesn't like when you blow to his face. Another one, don't nag your dog by repeating commands. Nagging teaches him to ignore you, as we had explained earlier. And then don't use your dog's name and then expect him to read your mind as to what you want. If you want him to sit, tell him to sit, if you've already taught him. But don't just call him and then look at him and you expect him to do that.
Yeah, because he'll be waiting for the command. Okay, the next one, don't yell at your dog. He or she is not deaf. Raising your voice doesn't improve understanding. And the next one is don't confuse your dog with unrealistic expectations.
If you've never taught him to probably roll over, like we've said for Sheldon, I don't expect him to start rolling over. That's unrealistic. Until I train him, he doesn't know.
Yeah.
As you can see right now, we are in Serenity. It's a very beautiful place. We were invited. We'll actually do a story about this place, but that's for another video.
Yeah. The next don't is don't try to suppress behaviors that need an outlet.
Yeah. I think that is self-explanatory. Also, don't let your dog stagnate. Like, you actually are supposed to keep training him new things every day.
The next one, don't lock up your dog or put him or her out because you haven't trained her or him to behave.
He's your dog, he's your responsibility. You're actually supposed to train them.
Yeah. And last one, don't isolate your dog. He or she is a social animal. Sorry, guys, that's not the last one.
I think that is also self-explanatory. Do not expect your dog to obey a command that you haven't taught him. Don't get too serious in your training. This is supposed to be fun for the both of you. Do not reward undesired behaviors. I think these are self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Don't make your dog neurotic by neglecting him or her.
Yeah.
They are social animals. Also, don't give up when the going gets tough.
Yeah.
You should keep trying. And now lastly,
don't blame the dog. You are their teacher.
That's it, guys. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you for the support. As you can see right now, Sheldon is sleeping. I think he does that after playing so much and then after the shower. So we appreciate the love, we appreciate the support. We love you guys. Thank you.
Bye-bye.